sit down there if you want, Kayla. Look at that.
Good evening, everybody. It's a little loud in here. Okay. All right. Good evening. Welcome. We're glad that you're here. Christmas Eve has finally come to the countdown to Christmas. I know the Advent this week is peace, if you can even hear me. All right, let me go in this other room here. All right. There's craziness going on behind me. All right, there's a bunch of craziness going on in that other room. But welcome to the Countdown to Christmas. Hi, Sister Peg. Glad you're here. Who else is on here tonight? Welcome to Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve has arrived. Tomorrow we celebrate. Tomorrow we finish the countdown to Christmas because Jesus will arrive tomorrow. Sister Julie Pingle said her crazies just left. Well, the crazies are still here. Hey, Hetty. Nice to see you tonight. Hey, Zanya.
Hetty and James.
Yep, Hetty and James are on here tonight. Let me turn this around here, and Zanya and Jeremy's on.
Oh,
Kaufman.
stop.
So, hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Man, we look like twins.
Yeah. Let's see. There was one time that we were on vacation, and I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And so I was probably only 15 or 16, something like that. And we went into the hotel to check in, and we were in there, and the clerk, I don't know if it was a guy or girl, I think it was a girl.
I don't remember.
I don't remember what it was, but the clerk said, "Are you guys brothers?"
I said, "Yeah, we are."
I didn't like that too much.
Stop.
He loved it.
Yeah, it was a wonderful day.
We've had people come to the church and
now they ask, "Am I your grandfather?"
Yeah. We've had many people come to the church and they're guests, and they'll come and we'll greet them on the way out, and they'll look at both of us. Then they'll say, "You guys got to be related."
Yeah.
Because we do, I guess, act a lot the same. I guess.
Kind of.
I guess I'm just nicer looking.
That's right. He's nicer looking. He's a lot better person than I am.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
He's a lot nicer.
No, that's not correct. That is not correct. Who else is on here? So we got the Kaufmans. Merry Christmas to you and Jeremy.
Yes.
And to your family.
All the way in Nova Scotia,
Canada. So, and Hetty, and this is the first night that Senior Pastor has been on with us here for the Countdown to Christmas. We're over here at the W.L. Maynard household, and we got the little doggy here. It's her first time on Countdown to Christmas. She's been on the Christmas
No, you're not going to. Nope.
music. What have you called that, Dad? The
25 days of Christmas songs with Destiny and Dad.
Yeah, that's right. Destiny and Dad.
So this was kind of the finale, I guess.
Yeah. So
No,
Caleb says hello to Caleb Kaufman. Hi, Caleb.
All right, Caleb. Good to talk to you, Caleb.
Yeah, we just saw
still
your twin,
remember.
or he just saw your twin.
I did. I still remember Caleb whenever I preached the Nova Scotia camp meeting, and Caleb helped me. He was my glasses cleaner.
You always say you need windshield wipers on those
do.
things. So
I had 2 pairs of glasses, and I told Caleb, I said, "Man, I'm sweating so bad. Whenever I take my glasses off and I hold them out to you, you run up and get them, and then you give me my."
So he did that the whole service. Wow. Hey,
He did that the whole service.
hi, Sister Athena. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everyone who's jumped on here.
There's my daughter, Sister Athena.
Yeah. And Hetty and James all the way from Arkansas.
Corning, Arkansas.
Yes.
The flattest land in the whole United States. You can see for miles around, can't you?
Yeah. So, well, since I have you on here tonight, whenever you were a child, what were some of your traditions? Your mom and dad are here tonight.
They are.
And so we got to thankful that Sister Athena said that's right. So
yeah.
We're thankful they're able to spend another year with us. But what were some things that you did as a kid during the Christmas time? Did you guys celebrate on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, or what did you do?
We opened presents on Christmas Day. Stop, Willow. I have to corral my dog. She's not quite sure if she likes Wrigley being here. because this is her domain.
Right.
So, but what we would do is we would open up presents on Christmas Day, and no, you're not getting down. And then on Christmas Day, we would also go to my grandma's house, Grandma Gallagher. Grandma Gallagher lived in Rockford on let's see, on Sawyer Road. Yes.
Okay.
And I still remember. I've talked a little bit about it, but I still remember going to her house, and she would have all of the other children there, and there'd probably be 25 people there, and she had a little 2-bedroom house, and it was so crowded you couldn't hardly even move, and she had an outside toilet, and that was in Rockford.
In Rockford. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And she didn't have a indoor plumbing until probably I was 16 years old, 17 years old. But we would go there, and we would have Christmas meal. I remember my Uncle Bob. He would sponsor many times.
Not your brother.
Not my brother.
But you had an uncle.
I had an uncle by the name of Bob Lafkin. Bob Lafkin owned Bob's Shoe Store on 11th Street, and 11th Street. And 11th Street and Brook Road is where Bob's Shoe Store was at. And later he would sell that place, and he moved out to New Milford in the strip mall there.
Oh, yeah.
And he had
Okay.
Bob's Shoe Store out there.
Wow.
But back then, I think it was the only shoe store in Rockford that I can remember. There was the only, and he specialized. He helped a lot of people. I remember we would go in there, and he would give us shoes. He'd give all the family shoes. And he would put a lot of the family in shoes that couldn't afford it. He was just a wonderful man. But anyway, he would sponsor the meat and pay for all of that. And then everybody else would bring a dish. And one of the things I remember about the Christmas was that Grandma Lafkin, or Grandma Gallagher rather, she had olives, green olives and black olives. And I had never had green olives or black olives before I went to Christmas dinner. And so I always looked forward to that. She introduced me to that. So now every time I eat green olives or black olives, I think of my grandmother, Gallagher.
Wow.
Because that's where I first learned to like olives.
Yeah.
And so now we just had some green olives and black olives tonight. I don't know. Do you like olives?
I don't like olives. No.
No?
Heather does, but I don't like olives at all. But Jackie, Sister Tweety, remember Sister Tweety from the campground?
Hi, Sister Tweety.
She says Merry Christmas, but she's in the hospital tonight.
Oh.
Her and Carl both tested positive for COVID, and they're in the ER tonight.
I'm sorry to hear that.
We'll be praying for you and Carl. Carl's a good friend of mine. I grew up with him.
Good guy.
Yes, on the campground. We did grounds crew for 2 whole summers together. We worked every camp doing grounds crew, which was the garbage and all of that. So Sister Janice is watching tonight. Welcome, Sister Janice. We're glad you're here.
Baby.
So we're just kind of talking.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas. You can hear all the kids.
One of the neatest gifts I ever got.
Yeah. What?
Actually, a couple of gifts I can remember. One of them was a toy train set that was on the track. It would go around. It would go around on the track, and then it had maybe 3 or 4 cars to it. And you would take like 3-in-1 oil, and you would put it in the smokestack of the train, and it would produce smoke as it would go around that little track. I still remember the smell of that on Christmas Day.
Wow.
The other thing that I had gotten was a target practicing set where we would shoot these little bullets with suction cups, and we would, of course, once we had them, we would have fights with them, and we'd be shooting at each other. I know that's not politically correct, but that's what we did anyway.
Cassie says, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Cassandra.
Yes, Cassandra.
God bless you and Shane.
Yes, we love you guys.
Hope to see you Sunday.
Yes, 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning service. Can't wait.
Yeah.
We won't be having Sunday night service this week.
Right.
But Sunday morning at 9:30, then Friday night at 8 or 8:30, one of the two. I can't remember which one. And then Sunday morning service the next week. So did you guys, now you guys went to church, of course, Charles and Sharon, your mom. You guys went to Caskey's church at that time, or, when you were a kid, or no?
No, we went to Pastor Casto.
Or that's what
Yeah.
I meant. Casto, Pastor Casto.
Comes Grandpa.
Yeah, come on in here, Grandpa.
Come on in. Sit
Come
down
on
here,
in,
Dad.
Wrigley.
Come on in here and sit down.
Come on in.
My back was giving me trouble.
Yeah, come on in.
Sit down right here.
Okay. All
Too
right.
much iced tea today.
Too much. All right. So you went to Pastor Casto's church, and did they do Christmas Eve service, or did they just? How did they do that?
No, we never did a Christmas Eve. Well, no, we didn't do a Christmas Eve service, but every year they would have some sort of a play
Okay.
where the kids would put it on. And I still remember very vividly where they would string a nylon cord across the front, and they called the platform the rostrum. That was the old word. So they called the platform the rostrum. And so I think it was like a clothesline cord. They would string from one side of the church to the other. And the church was probably 30 feet wide.
Yeah.
So it was a very small building.
Yeah.
Seated maybe 75 people. But then that seemed like it was huge. And so what they would do is they would string that cord along there. And then they would ask people to bring seats. And they brought seats, and that was our curtain for the church production.
Right. Yeah.
And we would use what do you call them?
Clothespins.
No, not clothespins.
Bobby
safety
pin,
pins.
safety pins.
And we would safety pin those up there, and we would do that. So we would go out, and we thought we were big dogs.
We did it at our old building at the Grange. I remember us having a line across there.
Yes.
And what was at the Grange? We're talking about the old church. Some of y'all would remember that on Harlem Road. At the Grange, you had one year you had a banner that strung across there, and it said something about 80 some. I can't remember what it was. Something about revival or something. But there was a banner that you printed out on one of those. What were those called? Those printers that just they had loops on the end of them, and I can't remember what they're called now.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I remember that. So let's see who else is on here. Sister Alamo's on here tonight.
Hi, Sister Alamo, God bless you.
Sister Nicole is on here tonight.
Sister Nicole.
John Atkins.
Hi,
Akins.
John.
Excuse me.
How you doing, John?
And-
Good to see you tonight.
Joy's pre-cancer cells are all gone, so they got all of that. That's great. Merry
Glad to
Christmas.
hear that.
Brother Gomez is on here. Brother and
Brother
Sister Gomez.
God
So
bless the Gomez family.
yeah. So
One of the things that we did too is that maybe Grandpa could tell us.
yeah,
Remember
Let's
what
go.
they did at the old church?
we're on the church page, Grandpa.
I don't remember.
Whoop.
That's right.
Did I break it?
No, you didn't. No.
There's Grandpa. So we're just talking about Casto, Pastor Casto, and Christmas time, and
Yeah, he started on Kishwaukee Street, I think it was.
He did, but at Christmas time, you remember the board members would get together and they would put together a bag.
Yeah, oh yeah, they
Talk
had
about
Christmas bags they handed out or something of it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they put in those bags?
Oranges and apples and pecans and walnuts
candy.
like that and candy. Yeah.
oh really?
Yeah.
Was it for everyone?
Everybody.
Wow.
Every church was over with, they'd hand them out. And I don't know if the ushers handed them out or who it was, but yeah, they went out when they handed them out.
It was in like brown paper bags, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Paper bags, yep.
Well, that makes sense. That's why I remember Grandma every year always wanted us to hand out oranges and apples to all the kids.
Yep.
And so that's probably where she got that from.
Yeah, it probably
So,
was, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Well, great. So, do you have any memories of Christmas growing up whenever you're a kid?
There wasn't any Christmas made.
There wasn't.
We didn't have no Christmas back then. There was no money
Okay.
back in my growing up time. So
Yeah.
What did you have on Christmas Day?
sometimes nothing. And if
Really?
we got anything, we get some oranges and apples and a little bit of candy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about a meal? You have a big meal?
No, not too much on it. They just wasn't there wasn't any money for that. you know.
Sure.
Yeah, I was just telling them when we went to Grandma Gallagher's, and we would get together with her every Christmas.
Oh yeah,
Grandma
that's
Gallagher
different.
was alive,
Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
and that was a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember.
James and Hattie's on there.
Yeah, James
They're
and
watching.
Hetty's on there.
Yeah.
I remember whenever I was growing up, we would on Christmas Day,
No.
on Christmas Eve we would open gifts here,
No.
or on Court Street when we lived there. But then on Christmas Day we would go over to your house
Yeah.
on in Rockford
Yeah.
on LePay, and we would all go over there. And I still remember Uncle Rocky. He would always be wanting to box me.
Yeah.
Which is Pastor Nolan, as we know him. But he'd be over there and he'd be trying to box you and all of that. And Uncle Bob, of course, just a monster of a man.
Yeah, he was.
And so,
It's
but
huge.
yeah. So, all right. Well, I'm going to go in the other room and show you kind of the chaos. This week, we've been talking about peace. That's the theme for Advent this week. And it is not peaceful here. It is kind of mass chaos going on here with all the grandkids and all the nieces and nephews and aunts and uncles. And so, hi, Sharon. Merry Christmas. And
Sharon Maynard?
no, Sharon Dunaway. This is Heather's family.
Oh, yeah.
And hi, Kimberly York. To you and David. I hope you guys are having a good Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you and David and the kids. Alyssa Simmons. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. It is Christmas Eve. So we've been talking about peace. Like I said, tonight is not a peaceful night. And you know what? Really, probably, we sing the song Silent Night, Holy Night. All is calm. All is bright. If you've ever had a baby, you know that's not right. It was not peaceful. It was not calm. Whenever Jesus was born, I'm sure he came out crying and screaming. And maybe Joseph did like the old doctors would do and slap the bottom. And, and that baby started crying out because you got to remember, Jesus was God, fully God, but he was also fully man.
Yep.
And so he was a baby just like everyone else. So tonight, it kind of reminds me of maybe when Jesus was born and maybe that first night, Mary don't know what to do because baby Jesus is crying and screaming. And Joseph, he's a basket case. He has no idea what to do. And maybe that's kind of like tonight with the Maynard household and all the craziness going on. So let's show you what's going on in there. All right. All right, here we go. We got Levi. Here's Levi. Oh, sorry. Here we go. Let's see. There's Levi. There he is. Oh, Levi. There's Kelly. Heather. There's Grandma. This is the church Facebook page. So, do you have any memories growing up, Grandma, of Christmas? Whenever you're a little girl? Yeah. What did you do special? Hey, Heather, can you get Wrigley? All right. What did you do on Christmas?
So we had our family all over our house.
Okay.
Mom, my uncle would get a ham and a turkey,
Uh-huh.
and she would have all her sisters and brothers over for Christmas.
Really? Wow.
It was always the family event.
Grandpa said that they were real poor, he said. And so he said they really didn't do anything for Christmas.
They
But
would have some nuts.
that's what, yeah. He said maybe a nice meal, maybe. But, oh man, I can't do that very often. All right, Grandma. Here's the craziness going on. There's little Ellie. All right, let's see if is that getting everybody there? There's Jennifer. There's Robert.
Who is this?
This is firstborn. There's Michael. Andrew.
Make sure everybody sees my wonderful sweater.
Okay, the wonderful sweater.
Wonderful sweater.
There's Mason. There's Levi and
Theo.
Theo. There's Theo. All right. There's the little desk.
How many
There's Jada. Say hi, Jada. That was nice. Can you say hi to him one more time? Say hi. So like I said, it is not a silent night here. It is crazy. All right. Let's see. Let's see if Heather has anything to say tonight.
Oh,
Okay. There's Rick.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Just excited that it's Christmas and we're spending time with family.
Kelly, you got anything to say to the church?
Merry Christmas, everyone.
It's
You're
crazy.
missing out on the chaos.
Yes, it is chaos. I said
Puppies and grandchildren.
this week for Advent's peace. This is not silent night. Yeah, this is the opposite. Yeah, absolutely. So, but it's a good opposite. So that's the family. I told you it'd be a little bit chaotic here, a little bit crazy. But I'm glad you all joined us. Yes, Zanya said it's a beautiful crazy.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful crazy. Grandma
No.
Grandma out there said that. Sorry about that. I got the dog here. Whenever she was young, she got together with her mom's sisters and brother, and
She can't stand it in here.
and they always had Christmas together. And so, all right. Mary Cliff says Merry Christmas.
But they
yes.
put money back here.
You want me to take her in the other room?
But
Yeah, because she
down
wants to
south
go there
where I was
just for a
raised,
few
there
minutes.
wasn't any money on it.
Okay.
And you know what most of the time they had to eat?
What's
They
that?
had to go to the woods and rabbits,
Okay.
squirrels. That's what they had to eat on it. They didn't have a lot of meat ready to eat.
I see.
And it wasn't good on New Year's and on Christmas Day like that. It just wasn't a good time.
Yeah. So up here they had a little bit more money.
Here they had money here. Well, that's why I'm here.
Because you came up, got a factory job, right?
I got a job at Greenlee's in January the 13th, 1956. And I spent 45 years in that factory. Raised all my kids. And I don't guess any of them starved to death. They seemed like they done pretty good.
So 1955, you came here to Rockford.
1955.
Started Greenlee's 1956.
I went to work at the Grand Woodworking Company, and I worked I don't know, and they shut the horse line down there, making these wooden horses, like that.
Yeah.
They shut that down, so
It was a furniture factory, wasn't it?
yeah, it was a furniture factory then,
But they made those hobby horses as well.
and that's what they made them. Them horses. They put them springs on them. That's what I was doing, putting springs on.
Okay.
They shut that down, and then there was nothing going on until after the first of the year. And I went to Greenlee's, and it was a funny thing. I went there it was on a Wednesday, and I asked them for a job, and so they had me to sit down over there, and I really didn't know what they was going to do. And a guy named Kenny Packard, he come around, and he said, "Come back at noon, and I want you to go down and take your physical." And I went down. I went back and went down and take my physical, and he asked me. He said, "When do you want to go to work?" And I said, "Tomorrow." And I never had a paycheck coming.
You knew you had.
week. So and I never left there. I stayed 45 years.
45 years.
45
Wow.
years.
You started driving a crane or
I was operating the crane there for 11 years.
in the steel
Okay.
or iron foundry.
Yeah, it was in the the foundries, between the two foundries. I operated a crane for 11 years.
How high up were you?
About a good 30 feet, 20, 30 feet anyway in the air.
Wow. Wow.
So you had to climb a ladder to get in there.
Yeah, I had to climb steps, ladder.
And then the crane would run back and forth.
Crane would run backwards and forwards. Yeah.
Wow.
And then we then had another big one overhead of me that I had to operate that some too.
Wow.
It
That's
was
amazing.
big, though. It was like,
Finish up here because I know people are spending time with their families. We wanted to show you kind of what our family did and kind of give you a little bit of a history here with that. But one thing I want to end up with is what Christmas is all about is giving. And I know Senior Pastor has shared this many times. Grandpa, he's not a preacher. He says he's not a preacher. But Grandpa, tell us what you did whenever Dad was young. You would bring the ministers that would come to the church.
oh, yeah.
You would have them stay.
Yeah, they would come to our house and stay, evangelize. When there was evangelizing, they would come into our house and stay. And we've had several of them. Brother Naves and different one. He was a nice fellow, Brother Naves was. And he come from Peoria, Illinois.
I think
And
that's Brad Nave's great grandpa.
Oh, really?
I think so.
he was real good.
What was his first name?
I don't remember what his name. All I remember is Brother Naves. Brother Case Anchor was there,
Yeah, those are. I think that was his uncle or something like that.
Wow.
Could have been. Yeah.
Nave and Casinger were related. weren't
Yeah,
they?
they were somewhere or another. They was related.
Yeah.
Because Brother Case-Anger was from Bloomington, and
That's
Brother
right.
Naves was from Peoria, Illinois.
Huh.
Yes, I think they are related.
Oh,
Because
wow.
Casinger, the church in Bloomington,
Yeah.
our friend Brad Nave is a pastor there now.
Right.
Oh yeah.
He's about 52.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys would not only entertain but feed and house these ministers that came through with the
Yeah.
Brother Casto.
Yeah.
And
We did.
I remember the one story that Dad's told before is when Uncle Bob shot up the.
Yeah, he did. Shot a hole through the house. Brand new home. Shot a, yeah, he did. One of the ministers was there, and he was showing him Grandpa's old gun. Somewhere or another, he got a hold of a shell, and
It
he
was
put that
D.T.
shell in.
Ponder, wasn't it?
Yeah, old Alton Ponder was his name. He's not around anymore. And he laid that across the bed, and he pulled the trigger, and it out of a brand new home. We had.
So a brand new home you bought, and Uncle Bob blew a hole in the side of it
Yeah, he blew a hole
With a
in-
double barrel shotgun.
with a double barrel.
Full bolt barrel.
Well, your dad's got that gun now.
He pulled both barrels, shot a hole, and Grandma, if I have the story right, she had sheets up
Yeah.
on the line.
And Jan shot this sprinkled the sheets she had on the clothesline out there.
Yeah, so buckshot all.
Yeah. This hole, they put holes over there.
I think they scared that preacher half to death.
Yeah, he was there. He was there
Yeah.
when it happened.
Was he? Yeah.
He was there when it happened.
Because Uncle Bob was trying to show off.
Yeah, he was.
He was showing off, yeah.
He was. He's showing Grandpa's gun off. He did too.
I'm not sure if the preacher said the cuss words or not. No, he didn't.
Sister Tanya said that she could sit and listen to you, Brother Maynard, talk for hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but the reason I say all that is because now because of your kindness, you and Grandma's. Okay, we'll do it in just a second. Okay. Because of your kindness
Sit on this side.
to these ministers, now look at how many preachers and pastors that have
Mhm.
come from your family.
Yeah.
You have a senior dad who is your son,
Mhm.
who's pastored now for 37, almost 38 years. You have a son-in-law,
Yeah.
Rocky, your daughter's
Loretta.
husband, Loretta,
Yeah.
who's pastored for
Harvard for about 10 years, is it?
More than that.
15 or 18 years.
about 15 years. You have a grandson, myself, who is a pastor. You have other you have other preachers that are a grandson that's was called to be a preacher, and you have a great grandson that's called to be a preacher,
Yeah.
and you have granddaughters that are in the ministry.
Yes, a Rob.
Rob,
Yeah.
yep, that's a grandson. Yeah, that's what
Grandson.
grandson.
And then Michael and
Other grandson.
So you have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 preachers.
Yeah.
For five preachers in the family, and then how many in ministry? I mean, you got
Bunches of them.
probably 15 or more in the ministry because you miss C and
Oh yeah.
so all because of, as senior pastor has said before, because of their kindness
That's right.
to the ministry.
They've always supported the ministry.
They've always
Yeah.
supported
Church.
We've always had that.
Financially and every other ways.
financially,
Oh, yeah.
supported the ministry.
We always believed in that. Yeah.
Yes, they have, and they still do
Yeah.
support,
Absolutely.
and they support Harvard, support
Yeah, we
here,
do.
and
we still support
and-
Harvard.
yep. And so because of that, now the Lord has blessed that, and now you have a whole ministry family of preachers and teachers.
And from
all-
that, you've got Harvard, you've got South Beloit.
That's right. And so
North
churches.
And that all has come from that.
Yep. So you have Loves Park Church that's come from that. You have South Beloit Church that's come from that. If Pastor Aldo's on here, you have Byron Church that has come from that. You have Harvard Church that has come from that. And so, and who knows the countless other ministries that have been supported from them throughout the many years of that. And so God will bless. If you say, well, I don't have any ministers in my family. Well, you bless the ministers in the ministry, you bless the church, and who knows what will happen. And that's what Christmas is all about.
Yeah.
That is what Christmas is all about. So we hope you've enjoyed this tonight. We're going to get off of here. We've been on here for over 30 minutes. And so, but we wanted to say hello. Carmen Patino. Says hello.
Okay.
But anyways,
Yeah, I know you-
so yeah, so
Chino's wife?
I don't know.
Might
So
be Chino's wife. I'm not sure.
all right. So from the Maynard family, like we always say every night, hug your family for us. We love you all. Happy Christmas Eve. We'll talk to you again tomorrow night. We'll talk to you from Mona and David's house, from my my wife's family's house. So all right, we'll see ya. God bless. Bye-bye.
Mason.